So I recently and temporarily slipped into some mild mental health struggles. And it was something that I really wanted to share because it turned into this really beautiful opportunity for me to grow my awareness. And it's not anything like I have experienced in the past. And, my perspective has just changed so much on these things. I no longer run from my pain or wear it like a badge of honor. I actually see it as mine, just the way that I see joy as mine as well. And also always come back to that memory that there is nobody like me in the whole universe. And just that fact alone is so wonderful. And so, again, I really do try to see these things now as an opportunity and try to see what it is trying to show me or teach me. And I don't do it by force. I always allow myself to feel what I need to feel first, of course. But then when I'm ready, again, I really do try to look at it from this open perspective where I want to see what it's trying to show me and teach me and how I can grow from it, what I can research and implement, and then hopefully use it as something that I can share for the greater good, right? And so y'all know I really love to study consciousness and awareness, and I really took another deep dive into some of Deepak Chopra's things. He really is one of the OGs that I really look to, particularly for awareness and consciousness. And I've really even redefined awareness. And I've done this by asking myself actually some very simple questions on a daily basis and then just letting them go. And it's really been a beautiful process. It's already created greater awareness in me and expansion. And it really kind of took me down this road of taking my awareness from synchronistic awareness, where you start to notice synchronicity, to the next level, which Deepak Chopra called, and I think this is a great way to put it, which is choiceless awareness. And this is basically just ultimate flow, right? The place where you are always living in the now and you are in ultimate flow where resistance is fully dissolved. Because as humans, we really do kind of struggle with that living in the now, right? And I know for me, I am an air sign. I'm a very cerebral person. I'm just a thinker. And so working on my awareness has really been life-changing for me because like most people, we are either stuck in memories of the past or we are stuck thinking about the future. And even that, when we're stuck thinking about the future, it's because we are attached to an outcome, and we're usually attached to that future outcome because of a resentment that we have about the past, right? So you're basically stuck in both. You're only attached to the future outcome because of resentment for the past. And even that, just it keeps you completely out of the now when the now is all we have. And it produces two completely different vibrations, which ultimately is what creates so much resistance and keeps your manifestation vortex from flowing in. And so also, if you're new here, by the way, I'm Lindsay. I hope that y'all are all doing so amazing. Thank you for your likes and your beautiful comments. They help me so much. I just can't even put it into words. We talk about self and spiritual development over here, as well as manifestation. And if you are interested in financial resources that can help you turn your life around in that way, like they did for me, you'll find those links in the description box below. And also, I'm sorry, I look a little disheveled. I did just get back from playing pickleball, and I'm making another video on that, by the way, as well, just about being in the now and play and just trying different things. And so I'm really excited about that as well. But I was just inspired to make this video now. And so I just always want to be so real with y'all, even if it's just showing up like this and showing up how I am, and also really being honest about anything dealing with my mental health, because again, it's something where I can show y'all how I alchemize and turn my pain into power and then be something that I can give back, right? And I always like to use the word inspire instead of motivate, because, and I got this from Deepak Chopra as well, and I think language is so important too. The words that we use really matter, but there's a big difference between inspirational and motivational. Motivational is mental and the mind is weak, but inspiration is just like it sounds. It's in spirit. And so he also says that, where we get stuck is that we can't really take a mental problem and fix it with a mental solution, again, because the mind is weak. And so that's why you have to go spiritual, because who we are first and foremost is a spirit. And so this is where I want to get into awareness and how this was redefined for me yet again. So he was talking about awareness as basically the memory of our wholeness, and how this literally saves us. And these are my words, but it really unlocks us. It creates so much resolve within us. It's what we came here to remember, right? It's that illusion of the separation, and of the fragmentation that we basically create ourselves, and how the memory of our wholeness puts us back together and just releases so many of the answers that we seek simply through that memory, because it is who we are first and foremost, right? Which is a spirit. And so as a spirit, what you are first and foremost, he was saying, was always compassionate, always empathetic, always in perfect, pure love, always whole, infinite, timeless, full of peace, full of joy, always the embodiment of wholeness, and always the embodiment of divine well-being. Literally no brokenness, no lack, no nothing. And so it's the awareness of that that helps us do things like forgive ourselves and forgive others, and release this illusion of time, get out of our heads when it comes to even things like our age or comparison, or any of those things that we do to fragment ourselves that are part of the human experience, but actually have nothing to do with your actual, very true nature, what you will go back to when you're done here. This is the part that's temporary. This is the part that is a game and an illusion and is all about coming back to and remembering your wholeness. Now, the reason that this level of expansion and awareness and the retrieval of this memory is so what you might call and what might even feel like magic is because of the freedom that it comes with, which is what we really want if you think about it. You know, we think that we want freedom from time or health issues or financial constraints, but what do these things all have in common? It's freedom, because that's what we ultimately want. But freedom in every sense of the word is really only found in our wholeness and living in the now, which is what this level of awareness gives you. Living in the now plus the memory of your wholeness equals your freedom. And that's exactly what, again, practicing this level of awareness and even setting that intention every day is exactly what you are going to reach along your journey. And the key is to just enjoy the unfolding of it. And I want to interject really quick too, something that I came across that Jim Carrey said that was very activating for me. And if you don't know, Jim Carrey is actually an incredibly enlightened human being. And I watch a lot of the stuff that he says. It's actually very activating for me. And so he was being interviewed on one of the late night shows. And the host was asking him, you know, so do you feel like life is so beautiful because you're just kind of separate from everything that's going on around you? But that's not what enlightenment is. And he was saying, no, actually the complete opposite. You know, he was saying that he used to be a man who was experiencing the world and experiencing his environment and his reality. And he says now he feels like the universe and the world experiencing a man. And that is literally that awareness. You are the universe experiencing you as a human being. And again, creating and almost doing like a reversal of that creates so much awareness, which leads to so much freedom. And again, just being so present in your daily and unconditionally satisfied, right? So there's a few questions that I got from Deepak Chopra that again are so simple, but just practicing them on a daily basis is so increasing for your awareness. And so every morning, and I added a few myself, and I actually do it right when I wake up in the morning now, and then right as I am dozing off, so that those questions are fresh too. And these questions are, and he also said that all of the experts in his field of consciousness, that they all do this, and you can see that they've really got something. And it's so beautiful that it's just simply by asking these questions. And these are, who am I? What is my purpose? How can I embody more joy and gratitude and well-being today? How can I embody my wholeness today? And am I aware? And again, when you ask that, now that you have your awareness set to your wholeness, that's the energy that it brings out in you, right? That's what awareness means to you now. And so again, I do it first thing in the morning and then right as I'm drifting off to sleep. But I will say that just when I'm called to a few times throughout the day, I do practice the am I aware question, because again, I am such a thinker, and I do feel that I could use, as we all could, more practice living in the now. And the trick is here with all of these questions is that when you ask them in the morning as you're going to sleep, and then even the am I aware, if you decide to ask yourself that a few times throughout the day, the key is to ask these questions and then let them go. You know, Deepak Chopra, he makes a really big point about that is key. You want to make sure that you ask those questions and then just let them go, right? Because attachment to the outcome to those, again, just creates a resistant vibration that you are ultimately trying to dissolve through a natural, organic awareness and expansion of your awareness, right? So you just let them go, and then you let the answers come to you throughout the day. And so not only is this great for flow, but it just helps you naturally embody the law of detachment, which is great for your flow as well, you know, and helping you to detach from things like outcomes that you may be attached to, or even, you know, being overly attached to memories of the past, or, you know, clinging to outcomes of the future and all of those things. So that is key. You just want to let them go and then let the answers come to you. So I really hope that this was helpful for y'all. Again, just this expansion of my awareness, and again, what awareness means to me now. And again, it has for a while, but something about the simplicity of those questions and just now implementing that as part of my right when I wake up, right when I drift off, and then just doing a quick am I aware check-in throughout the day is really creating this natural expansion of my awareness. And again, the memory of my wholeness, which is really been lifting my vibration and carrying me up, out, and through some of these mental health things that I have been working through, and now has become this thing that has grown me yet again, and something that also I now can use to not only grow myself and give to myself, but be something that I can give back as well. And so also on that note, y'all, I always want to say, please never use a YouTube video as, you know, something that would replace getting help if you feel like you need it. You know, always know that I'm not a medical professional, and I just want to share my own experiences, of course, in the hopes that they help. But if you ever feel like you need to seek help, please never be ashamed or embarrassed of that. I've needed help myself in the past, and that just goes for, you know, any YouTube video. If you feel like you need help, please go and seek that. And I always feel like I want to say that because I just love and care about y'all so much, and I just always want that to come through and be my intention. And so again, don't force anything. All you ever have to do is set the intention, ask the right questions, and it's really beautiful because your consciousness will start to unfold all on its own and at the perfect pace for you. And so let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. As always, I hope it was helpful. I love each and every one of y'all so much. I'm so proud of you. I'm rooting for you always. I'm always pulling for you. I can't wait to see what you do, and I will see y'all in the next one.